I want to give you a quick review of the Saddleback Leather Company's pocket notebooks. If you're a fan of pocket notebooks like I am, you probably think of field notes when somebody says a pocket notebook. And the Saddleback notebooks are pretty much the same size as a standard pocket size notebook, but they're about 1/4 of an inch wider. So if you got a pocket notebook here, like the field notes, you can see that it is just slightly wider. Otherwise, it is about the same height, approximately. But the cool thing about the Saddleback leather notebooks is that it has a leather cover. And this leather cover is full grain leather, and you can get it in 3 different colors. This is the tobacco color, and I don't know if you can tell here in the video, but the shades, they vary. And like any type of natural leather material, like cowhide, you might have some imperfections, but the ones that they sent me are pretty much flawless. This tobacco color, it's kind of matte. As far as the way that it looks, it's not shiny, so it might show scuffs and scratches a little bit easier than some leathers that you might have seen. On the back, there is the Saddleback Leather Company logo kind of branded into the bottom corner of the leather. These are sewn notebooks. They're not stapled like a field notes. So field notes have staples. These are sewn with a marine grade thread, so they're not going to fall apart. And inside we have white paper. You only get one choice of paper, and it's lined. I wish they would have a dot grid or a regular square grid version, but they don't. So these are lined. There are 18 lines on each page, not including the double line here at the top. And the lines are gray, kind of a light gray. The paper is, it feels like regular paper. Is there anything special about it? No, not really. I did do a pen test back here with a few of my favorite pens, and I just wrote what the pen was. And then I just drew a little square, and I colored them in pretty heavily. And you can see on the back that there wasn't much in the way of bleed through. The only ones that you can barely see some bleed through were from a Tombow marker, which is to be expected, and a Le Pen marker. The Uniball gel pen, which is my favorite, it didn't bleed through. And there is a little bit of what they call ghosting, but you can see some of the words on the other page, but most people aren't going to care. These notebooks are made in Old Mexico. They have a 100-year warranty. I'm not sure anybody's going to keep a notebook for that long. Well, they might, I guess. There are 24 double-sided pages in each notebook, and I'm sure you're probably thinking right now, well, hey, what am I supposed to do with this after I fill it up? Because you can't refill it because these pages are sewn. And that is one of the, I don't know if you want to call it issues that I have with this notebook, is that, you have this really nice leather notebook, but once it's done, it's done. Which, I don't know, might bother you or might not bother you. It might just make you happy that you can go to another notebook and start from scratch. You get 3 notebooks in a pack for 29 bucks. And that really isn't a terrible price for a leather-bound notebook. This looks like something that Indiana Jones would carry if he didn't have the Grail notebook and he wanted something a little bit smaller. So there you go. That is the Saddleback Leather Company pocket notebook. If you're interested, I will put a link in the description below, and I would appreciate it if you would check it out. I also have a written review that has a little bit more detail, and I'll have that link below too. As always, have a great day.